Hello, my wonderful people. How are you all doing today? I hope you're good. Welcome to LES Matters TV. Today, I'm going to be discussing child-led learning. Okay, child-led learning. That's the topic I'm going to be discussing today. You might be wondering, what is the meaning of child-led learning? Okay, so child-led learning are the type of learning that is initiated by the child. Okay, so this is the type of learning that is being initiated by the child. Okay, so you can also refer to child-led learning as child-led activities. Okay, so child-led learning can also be referred to as child-led activities. So these are the types of activities that are being initiated by the child. So what do I mean by being initiated by the child? Okay, so it means the activity that the child is in charge. Okay, the child is in total control of these types of activities. Okay, so you might be wondering, as the adult, how can you support the child in relation to child-led learning? Okay, so this is where you as the adult comes in, whether you're the parent, you're the guardian, or you're teachers of young children from birth to 6 years. Okay, so this is when you have to step in relation to child-led learning. Okay, so in relation to child-led learning, you have to make sure that the environment offers learning to the child. Okay, so the environment prompts the child to learn. Okay, so in relation to the environment, so it has to be like in relation to materials as well, to resources. So make sure you as the parent should provide age appropriate resources that a child will be able to explore. Okay, in relation to child-led learning, so I'll cite an example. Okay, so for example, if you're a parent in your home, you could have a book, a shelf corner or a book corner, okay, where you have books, age appropriate books. Okay, so these books will be there and the child could go to this book corner to explore the books. Okay, so the child can go and pick any book that they like. Okay, so this type of learning is being initiated by the child. It is not you as the adult saying to the child that, oh, Tommy, you need to go over to read a book. Okay, so the child will go there to pick the book for themselves to be able to learn. Okay, so in relation to child-led learning as well, you as the adult, okay, so for example, if you have a child picking up a book, reading a book, okay, so this activity is being initiated by the child. Okay, so you as the adult could go over, okay, sit with the child, okay, listen to the child read the book. Okay, so then you could step in and ask questions. Okay, so it was the child that initiated this activity in the first place. So but you as the adult, in relation to supporting students' holistic development, you could go over to the child and ask the child question that, oh, at the end, okay, so what happened at the end of the story? So it means you're taking this activity further. Okay, so as the adult, you're taking this activity further. You know, for some of you working in the area of early childhood care and education, or some of you studying in the area of early childhood care and education, you'll be familiar with Vygotsky, the zone of proximal development. So this is when maybe the child is learning and the adult will step in, you know, in order to support the child's learning further. Okay, so in relation to child-led learning, you as the adult, you have to support the child. Okay, so the child is learning, at the same time you're prompting the child curiosity, you know, you're asking the child question. Okay, so in relation to child-led learning, another way you as adults could support is make sure the environment is conducive for the child to learn. Okay, so in relation to child-led learning, you as the adult, you have to make sure that, you know, the environment is conducive for the child to learn. Okay, so let's say, for example, you have a child that loves to engage in physical activities. Okay, so this activity is being initiated by the child. So you as the adult, you have to make sure that the environment is conducive enough for the child to be able to, you know, to explore their body physically. It could be simple thing as maybe like as a parent, you know, in front of your house, you can make sure that you take away, you put away anything like that will stand as an obstacle from the child running around, from the child playing ball. Okay, because this is the activity that the child is interested in, and you as the adult, you have to take it further to make sure that the environment is conducive for this child or this student to be able to explore these activities. Okay, so another way you as the adult could support children's in relation to child-led learning is make sure you provide resources as well. enough resources. Okay, so I can go on and on to talk about in relation to providing enough resources for children. It's going to help them, they can have options. It's going to help them in times of choice to be able to pick from. Okay, so, and I'm going to give you some benefits of child-led learning. Okay, so in relation to child-led learning, this is a learning that is being initiated by the child. So the child will be interested in this type of learning. It's not that the child is being forced, or you as the parent or you as the teacher, you're saying to the child, oh, you have to go and read a story. Okay, you have to go and pick a book and read. No, this activity is being initiated by the child. It's going to be fun. The child will be interested in the activity. The child will be engaged in this type of activity because it was initiated by the child. And another benefit in relation to child-led learning is, the child will be interested. The child will be interested, like for example, if a child is reading a story, the child will be interested to see what will happen at the end of the story, because this child picks this book in the first place. Okay, so I'm going to encourage you as a parent to seize every moment to encourage your child or your children, or if you're a teacher, to engage in child-led learning, because there's a lot of benefits associated to child-led learning. It's being initiated by the child. The child will be interested, and it's going to support the child in relation to promoting their holistic development, which is the physical, intellectual, language, emotional, social, and the cultural aspects of the child. Okay, thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time in my next episode. Take care and mind yourself.